To imagine the truth is one thing, but to experience it is another. The human being stands at the center of existence, and in his very seed lies the key not only to his body and mind, but to the very fabric of the universe itself. Those who begin the discipline of semen retention often notice changes that seem almost impossible to describe. Doors opening without explanation, coincidences stacking one upon another, people from the past reappearing, chances arriving that seem guided by an invisible hand. Finances grow stronger, relationships shift, and the whole texture of reality begins to bend in a direction that feels fated. To the uninitiated, this sounds like fantasy, perhaps even delusion, yet those who walk this path know from direct experience that something extraordinary is taking place. Reality itself does not stand apart from the mind. What you call the world outside exists only insofar as your brain processes and interprets the signals before you. Remove your mind, and what you call the universe disappears. What you call stars, cities, friends, enemies, triumphs, and failures, all of it rests on the canvas of your perception. Without the instrument of the brain, there is no sound, no light, no meaning, no life. The external world you walk through is not as external as you believe. It is projected inwardly, shaped and woven by the patterns of thought, energy, and consciousness within you. The sages of every age hinted at this, and now modern science reluctantly edges closer to admitting it. The universe may not be an external location at all, but a holographic unfolding of deeper, unseen information, translated into image and sensation by the human mind. If this is so, then the condition of your brain, the very seat of perception, shapes the condition of your universe. And if the brain itself is nourished, strengthened, and illuminated by the life force contained in semen, then the conservation of this substance is not merely a physical matter, but a cosmic one. To lose semen is to leak away the very threads with which reality is woven. To preserve semen is to amplify and refine the current that powers both body and cosmos. The parallels between the brain and the universe are astonishing. Consider how neurons stretch out in delicate webs, connected by long filaments, pulsing with information. Now consider how galaxies string themselves across the cosmos in cosmic filaments, vast rivers of light bound together by invisible forces. Both systems contain dense nodes, both systems move energy across a network, and both are sustained by a mysterious substance that seems passive yet dominates in scale. Water in the brain, dark energy in the universe. Studies comparing the large-scale structure of the cosmos to the neural network of the brain revealed uncanny similarities, as though the mind and the universe were crafted from the same blueprints. It is no exaggeration to say that the brain is a miniature universe and the universe a magnified brain. The two mirror one another endlessly, inseparable in their dance. What then does it mean to preserve the essence that fuels the brain? If semen, as many researchers and ancient teachers believed, is of nearly identical composition to nervous tissue, then every ejaculation drains away not just a reproductive fluid, but a portion of the very matter that upholds the nervous system itself. The lecithin, phosphorus, and vital compounds contained in semen are the same materials required to sustain thought, memory, creativity, and perception. To squander it recklessly is to starve the brain of its richest nourishment. To conserve it is to return that nourishment inward, feeding the neurons, strengthening the circuits, empowering the seat of consciousness. If the brain is the architect of your universe, then semen is the currency with which the architect is paid. As the brain flourishes, so too does the world it projects. Your relationships shift, opportunities rise, and fortune tilts in your favor not by accident, but by the upgrading of the very system that renders reality itself. The cosmos bends because your mind bends, and your mind bends because the seed within you is preserved. Patterns repeat themselves in nature, fractals extending infinitely inward and outward. The spiral of a galaxy reflects the spiral of a she shell. The branching of lightning echoes the branching of trees and neurons. The conservation of semen is another such fractal. As above, so below. The energy conserved in the microcosm of your body resonates outward into the macrocosm of existence. A man who holds his seed is not merely restraining himself, he is aligning himself with the very pattern of creation, tapping into a current that extends beyond the physical, beyond the personal, into the infinite. This is why those who walk this path find that the universe begins to conspire in their favor. It is not superstition, but law. Energy conserved refines the vessel, and the refined vessel resonates with higher frequencies of existence. You begin to evolve. You are carried upward into higher states of being as though the cosmos itself were lifting you by unseen hands. With each day of retention, your vessel strengthens, your aura brightens, your intention deepens, and the universe responds accordingly. Spiritual teachers throughout history hinted at this mystery. Gandhi himself declared that the imperfections of society were reflections of his own imperfections. If the universe is a mirror of the mind, then the purification of the mind through the conservation of vital force is the purification of the universe itself. The imperfections around you collapse as the imperfections within you are burned away by the fire of self-mastery. Modern physics, too, offers its strange confirmation. In the study of quantum entanglement, scientists have found that particles separated by immense distances remain mysteriously connected. What happens to one immediately happens to the other, regardless of the space between. This phenomenon, awarded the Nobel Prize, reveals a universe that is not locally real. The threads that bind existence are invisible, instantaneous, and beyond the known laws of time and space. In such a universe, is it so far-fetched to believe that the conservation of your most vital essence could ripple outward, altering events, opening doors, drawing people and opportunities to you as if by magic? Semen retention is not merely about discipline, nor simply about health, though it grants both. It is about reality itself. The labyrinth you walk through in this life, with its dead ends and false paths, begins to shift when you hold your seed. Corridors open where once there were walls. Higher paths reveal themselves where before there was only confusion. You find yourself guided, as if a light were shining upon your steps. Retention does not create destiny, it unveils it. The destiny that was always waiting for you becomes visible, attainable, undeniable. 1 year of retention, and you will feel the fabric of reality itself bending to your will. The clarity of mind, the depth of focus, the magnetic presence that begins to flow from you will not only transform your personal life, but will shape the world around you. You will see how the energy you once wasted outward now returns inward, multiplying, expanding, and radiating outward again, not as loss, but as power. The universe recognizes this conservation, for you are not separate from it. You are a vessel through which the universe acts, and with every ounce of semen preserved, the cosmos gains more strength to act through you. This is why the ancients called semen the very elixir of life, the seed not just of man, but of gods. It is the primal substance from which existence unfolds. To waste it without thought is to spit upon creation. To preserve it is to align oneself with the Creator. The man who retains walks with a different light in his eyes, a different resonance in his voice, a different magnetism in his being. Others feel it, even if they cannot name it. Women are drawn, men take notice, circumstances rearrange. Life itself seems to bend toward him. Through this practice, you discover not only power, but purpose. The hunger you have felt, that longing for something greater, begins to clarify. You realize that you were not born to stumble blindly, but to fulfill a mission, to actualize a destiny encoded within you since the beginning. The seed you preserve does more than fuel the brain, it awakens the soul. It draws you ever closer to the reason you incarnated in this plane of existence. There is something you are meant to find, and something in this universe is meant to find you. Through retention, the meeting of these two inevitabilities accelerates. This path is not easy, for it demands mastery over the strongest drive within man. But the reward is beyond measure. You become more than human. You become the bridge between matter and spirit, between mind and cosmos, between time and eternity. Each day of retention weaves another thread in the great fabric of reality, a fabric that grows stronger, brighter, more divine.